TikTok just changed the 4 best hashtags that you need to make sure that you're using if you want to grow quicker on TikTok right now. On top of that, they completely changed how hashtags actually work and a few other things you need to make sure that you're doing if you want your views to go back to normal on TikTok right now. Because if you're seeing a decrease in views, it could simply be because you're not using hashtags the right way or because you're using the wrong hashtags. In fact, this creator right here just went from struggling to grow to gaining over 80,000 followers simply by changing the hashtags they're using. And this creator was able to do the same thing except to gain over 200,000 followers. And I want the same exact thing to happen to you, so please make sure you implement all 4 of these new hashtag strategies and make sure you're not making the mistakes I share with you in this video. By the way, the last hashtag strategy I'm going to share with you is by far the most important if you're a small account and you want to go viral. The first hashtag strategy you need to make sure that you're using is going to be 2 niche specific hashtags and then 1 broad hashtag. If you don't know what broad hashtags are or niche specific hashtags, let me explain. Broad hashtags are going to be things like hashtag FYP, hashtag viral, hashtag trending, and then niche specific hashtags are going to be hashtags that are specific to whatever you're posting about. For example, if you're posting about affiliate marketing, it's going to be hashtag affiliate marketing. If you're posting about fitness, it's going to be hashtag fitness. If you're posting about soccer, hashtag soccer, and so on and so forth, so you get the point. But on top of that, you need to make sure that you're not making 3 massive mistakes that I keep seeing creators do. First and foremost, they're using banned hashtags. Secondly, they're putting their hashtags in the wrong places. For example, they're putting them in the comments or they're putting them in the beginning of the description or just randomly throughout the description. And then the third mistake I see so many creators make is they use hashtags that are irrelevant or hashtags that are too small. Here's the deal. What TikTok is doing is they're looking at hashtags in order to try to determine who the ideal person to see your content is. So if you use irrelevant hashtags, guess what ends up happening? They show your content to people that aren't actually interested in it, and then boom, you're not going to get the reach that you want. So you need to make sure that they are hyper specific. Now when it comes to broad hashtags, the reason that those still work is because this allows TikTok to actually expand the amount of people interested in something. For example, if you post about how to get bigger biceps, I haven't interacted with content like that on TikTok, so I'm not necessarily going to be eligible to see that video. But guess what? If I've interacted with something that has hashtag FYP or hashtag viral, then there could be a chance that I actually get shown that content, which is why you want to use those broad hashtags, but not irrelevant hashtags. Now, when it comes to identifying which hashtags are going to be banned on TikTok, it's going to be hashtags that have no search results when you do a search for them. So please make sure you check each hashtag that you are going to be posting using. Now, before I share with you the next hashtag strategy, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you want to grow quicker on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, I literally upload a video every single day about how to grow on these platforms. In addition to that, I just created a free TikTok growth course you can get at the pinned comment below. It's going to share with you things like the best time to post, how the algorithm works, how to make more money on TikTok, and so much more. Now, the second hashtag strategy that you need to make sure that you're using is going to be 6 hashtags. Now, here's the deal. You want 2 of those to be broad, and you want 4 of them to be niche specific. If I don't specify whether or not you should be using broad or niche specific, just assume that they're all going to be niche specific. Now, this is the second hashtag strategy, but remember, there are 2 others that you need to make sure that you're using. But before we get into that, I did want to talk about some other things that were incredibly important when it comes to using hashtags, because isn't only looking at your hashtags to try to determine if they're going to show your content to people or if your content is going to be relevant. There are actually 3 other things they're going to be looking at. 1, they want to make sure that your niche specific hashtags match the words that are in your description. So if you have keywords in your hashtags, those keywords also need to be in your description. Those keywords also need to be within your voiceover, and they need to be showing as text on the screen. And then the final and most important change that TikTok has actually released lately is you need to make sure that whatever you are talking about in your video, especially in the beginning of your video, is showing on the screen. Let me show you an example. Let's say that we come into here and we type in Amazon sales because we want to see Amazon sales. Well, what you're going to see is the creators that are actually doing the best are going to be showing that thing as quickly as possible. For example, they are actually showing this behind them right here. Why does this do well? Because they are showing it, and you need to make sure that you're doing it. If you come up here, type in Elon Musk, guess what we're going to see? We're going to see the videos that do the best show Elon Musk. Guess what they don't show? Some random person talking about Elon Musk. Now, if we come over here and we type in Facebook ads, guess what? This video did well. Why? Because it actually shows Facebook ads. Why did this video do well? Because it actually shows Facebook ads. And you need to take that into consideration when you go to create something on TikTok. You want to, as quickly as humanly possible, ideally in the first frame, show the thing that you are actually talking about. If you're talking about getting big biceps, show the big biceps. If you're talking about the best hashtags to use, show a bunch of hashtags. Because not only is this gonna make this more real for TikTok because they actually understand what is showing in your video, it also makes it a lot more convincing for the viewer, and you don't have to convince them to trust you because you're delivering on whatever the hook is on the screen. I see so many creators mess this up. They talk about six-pack abs, they talk about losing weight, they talk about making money, they talk about soccer, they talk about baseball, they talk about anything, and guess what? The thing that they actually have showing on the screen has nothing to do with that. So guess what? The viewer thinks that that video actually has nothing to do with that, and that's actually the TikTok version of clickbait. Like when you click on a YouTube video and they're not telling you the thing. Like imagine if I started this video and I just started talking about random stuff. I started talking about the best time to post, or I started talking about how to get followers, or maybe I started talking about Instagram. You'd be like, what the heck is this? He said that this video was about the best TikTok hashtag strategies, and that's why I've been delivering on that in this video. And that third hashtag strategy that you need to make sure that you're using before we get into the last and best hashtag strategy is going to be 10 hashtags. 3 of those need to be broad, 7 of those need to be niche specific, and please do not use more than 10 hashtags on TikTok. If you do that, it could drastically decrease the amount of reach that you're going to end up getting, because what's going to happen is TikTok is going to say, what is going on here? He is using so many hashtags, and then they're going to get confused about who they should actually be showing your content to. So the top 7 hashtags, 3 broad hashtags, that is going to be the most amount of hashtags that you should possibly use. And if you're struggling to actually come up with a list of hashtags, you can come to this free tool right here, counttick.com. Come into TikTok tools, click on hashtag generator, and type in something. For example, I am going to type in affiliate marketing, and you could do this for your niche. You can click generate, and then this is going to show you a bunch of different hashtags here. Now obviously 2023, you're going to want to change that to 2024. The only reason that it's showing 2023 is simply because a lot more people use that hashtag in 2023 than in 2024. Now, on top of that, what you could do is come to TikTok tools, come to analytics and profile viewer, and you could type in one of your competitors. For example, I'm going to come up here, I'm going to type in TikTok. We're just going to take a random person that shows up, Steph right here. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put this in here, but again, do this with your competitors. Now put Steph or some random person, and then you're going to do that. You're going to scroll down a little bit, and this is going to populate with her most used hashtags, and even all the different hashtags that she's used recently. And what you can also do is go through, look at her most viewed videos as of recent, and guess what you could do? You could figure out what hashtags she actually used on that, because you'll know exactly what it is. You'll know the time that it's posted. For example, 5 hashtags on here, 37,000 views, 5 hashtags on here, almost 14,000 views. And this will basically allow you to back in to exactly what hashtags your ideal competitors are doing. For example, you could click right here and see them right here, and you'll be able to see the number of hashtags that they use. And again, you could see the most popular hashtags that they're using up here, so you can actually know what hashtags you should be using. Now this brings me to the last and most important hashtag strategy you need to make sure that you're using if you're a small account on TikTok and you want to go viral, and that is going to be 3 niche specific hashtags. Now remember, if you're serious about growing on TikTok, you want to get more views, you want to get more followers, you want to get monetized on TikTok, I personally want to help you the same way that I help this account grow, and this account grow, and best of all, they're all monetized on TikTok now, and I want the same exact thing for you. In fact, I want to work with you one-on-one to help you grow quicker on TikTok and tell you everything that you need to do to be successful so you can stop struggling and finally get the results that you want. If that sounds interesting, well please keep watching this video because I've got a special offer for you. The opportunity to grow on TikTok and this organic reach that we're currently seeing is not going to last for forever. And the only 2 things holding you back from getting the followers that you deserve right now on TikTok and the followers that you want is 1, you haven't implemented the steps that I share with you in this video to help you get more followers, and 2, you haven't gotten into my TikTok mentorship program yet, where I literally am going to guarantee that I help you get more followers in the next 30 days, or you get your money back, 0 questions asked. And the way that this works is I'm going to tell you exactly what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use to guarantee that you get more followers in the next 30 days. If that sounds interesting, then please go to the link in the description below and get signed up right now. The average person that's gone through this program has gained over 50,000 followers, and nobody has ever gone through it and gained less than 6,500 followers if they implemented everything that I share with them. And since you're still watching this video, I'm going to assume that you're above average. So the odds of you gaining over 50,000 followers is probably quite high. And it doesn't matter what your background is or what your niche is. This program is going to help you get more results faster and easier. If you're struggling right now to grow on TikTok, you need to get into this, because every single day that you wait, it's only gonna get harder to grow. So what are you waiting for? Go to the link in the description below and sign up right now. You literally have absolutely nothing to lose. You're gonna get more followers on TikTok, or you're gonna get your money back. In fact, this creator just went through this program and gained over 10 million followers. This creator over 14 million, and this creator over 16 million. And I want you to be my next success story. So please stop procrastinating, invest in yourself now, and get the TikTok followers that ultimately you deserve. Or I strongly suggest you check out the next two videos I put up on the screen, because they're the videos YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching.